What is a surefire way to develop my masculinity and my purpose?
Well, surefire ways to develop your masculinity is to do masculine things. Obviously, reading 3% Man 10 to 15 times and applying it, working out and taking care of yourself, lifting weights. Because when you lift weights and you get your body in shape, your body is healthy. It produces more testosterone, and you're naturally going to feel more confident. I noticed personally that if I stop working out and I don't do any weight training for 3 or 4 weeks, I noticed it just walking around. It's like I almost kind of become invisible to women. But if I'm working out and I'm in shape and my clothes fit tightly, I get a lot more looks. But as I stop doing it, it's like women can sense that. They can smell it. They can smell the confidence. They can smell the masculinity or a lack thereof. Being dangerous but kind, training with guns, training with jujitsu or martial arts, or doing manly type things. And as far as your purpose and mission go in life, you should obviously, I would highly recommend that you read Mastering Yourself, my second book. You can read it for free at understandingrelationships.com, because your life's work is going to consume most of your time. And so you want to apply yourself at things you're curious about, things you love, that you're into. Like, what Steve Jobs used to say is that you got to follow your heart, your curiosity, and your intuition, because they somehow already know what you want to become. And so when you apply yourself at things you're curious about, you're interested in, you learn about, you work at them, you study them, you obsess over them, you're growing your reserve of knowledge, you're developing your gifts, your skills, and your talents, and at the end of the day, you get paid for the value that you bring to the marketplace. So lose yourself in your hobbies and your interests and your passions, and do research on businesses and careers you can go into that seem appealing to you. Go interview people that are succeeding at the highest level, doing what you would love to do, to see if you like it. And the other thing, when I found, I didn't know this when I was younger, but as you go through life, like I started out in the construction industry, like Jennifer and I, back when I was in college still, I thought I would be in the construction industry for my whole life. I never imagined I'd be doing what I'm doing now, being a life coach. I didn't even know that existed back then. And, other than Tony Robbins or motivational speakers or people like that were around back then. But when you do something long enough, you find your internal enthusiasm wanes at it. And then there might be something else that's more exciting and more compelling and more interesting that you go get involved in. And then there's a slow transition. So I wrote about it extensively in Mastering Yourself, how I transitioned out of the real estate industry into becoming a full-time life coach. It's like when you obsess over something and you love it and you're passionate about it, you'll spend more time working at it and learning about it than somebody that's just doing it for a paycheck. And when you obsess over something that you love, it's effortless. It feels like, it's like Stan Lee used to say, it feels like playing. He loved drawing and animation, and he just did those things because he loved it. And so work to him felt like playing. And if you can play at things you love and enjoy and find a way to monetize it, and study other people that are monetizing it very successfully and learn what they do and then do the same things, you'll eventually get the same results. Because when you apply yourself at something you're passionate versus competing against somebody that's just doing it for a paycheck, eventually your skills, your reserve of knowledge is just going to blow past them. And you'll be the one that'll get noticed. You'll be the one that the headhunter calls to offer you a job. You'll be the one that gets approached to maybe go into business with somebody or become a partner in a firm, or get offered another job somewhere, just because your example and your enthusiasm. It's like when we were working together back in the day, a lot of people heard about me just through the jobs that we were doing and how organized I was and how good I was and how I got things done. And I had headhunters calling me trying to recruit me at other firms, just because my example of how I showed up spoke for itself.